If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
People really are to
What the
describe
hell just
for the
happened here?
audience what just happened. All right.
Glenn, tell Coach Harbaugh what my greatest fear in the world.
Coach, you have no idea. You have no idea. All day.
You came all the way up here just to do that. I know you did.
We've had people here from a company, Rage Water's here, and every time they bring water up, Nestor Freaks, he says, guys, you gotta get that away, because I am paranoid about that getting on my equipment. Somebody's gonna knock something over. It's gonna end up on my equipment. It's happened all day, Coach.
Well,
all day.
For all the listeners out here, it just did happen.
Yeah,
It got on the equipment.
It did.
He's come to New York to sabotage WNST. That's what he's done.
All right, let's reset. We are live here at Super Bowl 48 Radio Row in New York. Glenn Clark and the whole crew has joined me, Nestor Aparicio, Luke Jones, and it is a pleasure to welcome in the Super Bowl winning head coach of the Baltimore Ravens.
Still the world champions for 2 more days.
Correct. Still defending champions. He is Coach John Harbaugh. Coach, it is really good to see you here.
Great being with you guys. Good to see some familiar faces. I guess we have 48 more hours, right?
Yes,
We got to hold on to it with everything we got.
Correct. Say it as many times as possible. Right. Say it in the next 48 hours. Say defending Super Bowl champions as many times as you possibly can. When'd you get up here?
We got up this morning. Ingrid and I took the train up from Baltimore this morning. We left our daughter. She had 5 basketball games this weekend, so man, we're bummed about that. I think we're gonna get back for the game on Sunday.
All right.
Do they stream those yet or no?
Yeah, you know what? No, they don't. But we're gonna see her game on Sunday instead of the Super Bowl. So
you know, I gotta be honest. Ingrid was a really great Radio Row guest.
Yeah.
Like she was a tremendous. She and your sister-in-law.
I feel like I see where you're going with
You've
this.
got a lot to live up to.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you.
She blows me away.
They brought
Pretty
like
much
candy
every
bars
aspect.
when they came
Yeah,
by.
they
brought
did.
Skinny Cow, remember?
Right.
I've got no gifts. All I do is ruin your equipment. What are these drinks you have here? These
Rage Waters. You know who brought him up here was James Zahedegbo. James Zahedegbo has been co-hosting the show the last couple of days from 2 to 4. And he brought up these Rage Waters with him because it's what he uses to work out.
So what that means is if we drink those Rage Waters, we can be built like James
That's the idea.
We'll be ready to play.
I've been trying for the last 2 days. It hasn't worked. I'm sure you couldn't tell, Coach. I'm sure you couldn't tell. You're in town, I know at least in part, the Salute for Service thing, which I want to make sure we talk about because I'm sure that people in Baltimore are familiar with how much the organization does for our military, but no way we could ever do enough to talk about it. So you're up for the Salute for Service award, correct?
Right. It's a great organization, and it's I think the NFL does a great job of recognizing the military. We all know what that means. Maybe we don't always think about it enough, but just an opportunity. We do it all the time. Guys come to our practice, ladies and servicemen come to our practices all the time, come to games. Ingrid actually does a great job. She hosts 6 servicemen or 6 servicewomen at every one of our games. Their families come and stuff like that. So it's one thing that we do. I'm actually going to Turkey and Afghanistan next week.
Wow.
So that's going to be, it's cool and a little bit,
Nerve-wracking?
Nerve-wracking is a good word, thanks, yeah. It is a little bit. I'm not sure it'll be
You're in
fine.
that part of the world, like right around Sochi, right? Like right around that period of time.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
How long? How many days?
5 days. So we're going to, I think, 4 or 5 bases. It's going to be neat. Can't wait.
This is just
It's a
you
great
going
experience.
in, shaking hands, saying thanks,
Yeah.
and that type of thing?
Yeah, basically doing a couple dinners or whatever. And
That's awesome.
He told me to bring sunglasses. Why do you?
I would imagine. That's weird.
It's probably pretty important. No, it's pretty sunny there.
Okay, this time of year, I guess it makes sense. Sure. I feel.
Anything to escape this weather, right? My goodness.
By the way, it's apparently going to
Go
be.
to Great Lakes to.
Right.
The word is 3 feet of snow in Baltimore this week.
What?
Yeah,
my-
that's the word.
Ingrid, I see her face over there because
Yeah.
every single time I leave town, it snows 3 feet in Baltimore.
Yeah.
You were a couple years ago? I was out of town.
Probably in like Phoenix or someplace like that,
I feel,
Florida.
it seems like we should invite the Bears in if there's going to be a big storm, right? Shouldn't we invite the Bears to come to town and see?
Or
if
the
we-
Vikings, somebody in the AFC.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, so we could sit here and do this, but let's talk some football. Like 3 years ago maybe, at the end of season press conference, I had asked you if you were coming up to the Super Bowl, and you said, I'll be there when we're there.
Right.
And clearly you got that opportunity a year ago. Is it easier to be here this year because you've done it? Because it's already happened?
That's a great question. Probably a little bit. You feel a little more comfortable maybe because you've done it one time, but we're not going to the game. The only way that we were going to go to the game after we were knocked out. We said my brother got in.
Yeah.
And then even at that, we weren't sure.
Right. Right.
But yeah, we're all going to go to the game when the Ravens.
Don't you want him to win at some point?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You didn't hear? He said it was a 49ers fan as soon as the season.
That's the only team. That's the only team I can root for in the playoffs. I mean, you want everybody to lose. It's just amazing. You can't root.
I feel the same way.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
We're going around town and people stop you. You know, hey, Coach Harbaugh. Coach, I love the 49ers. I'm like 8 people, right, Ingrid?
Well, you
8?
do resemble him a little bit.
I know, but there's got to be some Baltimore fans in town. We're a little closer than San Francisco.
Right. Well, I think there's a lot of Ravens in town, which is weird. There's a lot of guys that are here.
Are there?
Jacoby's here, Vontae's here, Jamil's here, Chris
Brian McKinney
Canty's
came
here.
by. Hedebo was with
Yeah,
us.
I mean,
Brandon Stokely
there's
was
a
here
ton of
half an hour.
Ravens in
Ray
town.
Rice was here earlier.
Chris Canty's here.
I'm going to have to give them all a group text that next year we got to make sure they're all here.
Right.
You know, at the same time.
Bring the bus in.
How long does it take after a season? We talked about this after the AFC title game lost 2 years ago. How long does it take to move past it, to begin the thought process for 2014? What's the time? When did you start working on 2014?
You know, the next day, really. I mean, to me, it's like 2 things. It's 100% that you never get over, and you're always ticked off about coming up short. And I still feel real bad about the losses we had, going all the way back to Pittsburgh in 08, or Indianapolis in 09, whatever it was, all those years. I'm still ticked about those losses that we had to knock us out. Never going to be not upset about this season, but you got to go back to work the very next day, and that's what we did. I mean, we went back to work the next day, and I was thinking about, who was going to be with us, who wasn't, what the salary cap implications were, coaching staff situations, how we're going to get better offense, defense, special teams. I mean, I'm telling you, it's always on your mind. It's always on your guys' mind. I know you think about it all the time because you're huge fans. It's always on our mind.
We're talking about it for 20 hours a week, too. I mean, we kind of have to.
Yeah, we talk about it. You think about it. We have to talk about it.
Yeah, that's
we
hard.
try to figure you out.
I'll admit that's hard.
Right. We try to figure you out and what you're doing.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.